We're at the Piggly Wiggly. What's our favorite thing from Piggly Wiggly?
Chocolate milk!
Here, smoked bacon ends and pieces, smoked neck bones, seasoning meat, lots and lots and lots of piggy. Lots more choices than at home. Smoked jowls, guys, smoked jowls. Sliced smoked jowls.
Say piggly, wiggly.
We're off again, and now we are headed to Georgia on a very bumpy road. We're gonna go visit with Sarah and Joel for 2 days, and then where are we headed? Dave Ramsey in Tennessee. It's gonna take about 6 hours to get to Sarah and Joel's house, and we are getting about 8 miles a gallon. It's gonna be 400 miles. Whenever we get bored, a lot of times in the van we end up starting to sing and harmonize, and this road is really bumpy. We were going down the highway and it felt like there was a rumble strip constantly. It was really bad. Because of the extreme heat we're in, we're guessing that the tires are just too high pressured, right, hun?
Yeah, so our van says what the pressure is, and I didn't realize, I didn't think to look, but the one that I hadn't touched was almost 100 psi. But up there, here, sit in the driver's seat and tell me when it hits 80. These were the front tires that we used, and they were shaking the front, and they're balding in the back, in the inside. So that's like a toe, and the guy said that if we would rotate them, that wouldn't happen.
Okay.
I guess that means that it's aligned properly. I don't know if they tested that, but they looked at all of the suspension stuff in the front to make sure that there wasn't anything broken or twisted or anything, so that makes me feel a little better.
And that was all before we left for the trip. Joseph's walking over to the Costco to see if someone can help us. All right, they said they really think it's a tire thing. We may need new tires on the van.
Which we knew.
Which we know.
But we were hoping that we could get it when we got back.
So we are going to try to make sure all the pressures are correct on all the tires and then see what happens.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
We got some pizza. We're headed back out to the van to see if it's still making that awful rumble feeling and noise. Tire. You're doing good. Okay, you're going towards the grass a little bit if that's okay with you. Okay, I just want to say my husband's amazing because we could have just... He did so good. All right, you're still on the pavement just barely. Oh my goodness gracious.
So this is what we were hearing.
Oh my goodness. So that like came up and hit the sides?
Yep. It's the, see, there's no, it's pieces of tires. The pieces of tires
he was able to pull onto the grass as much as possible. God is so good. And amazingly enough, I think all like 4 kids are still sleeping right now. Some of the tire flew back into the camper. Right there. Save that as a little reminder.
So it's on an incline, so I'm gonna work on the back side.
Should we put this one up back here to hold the...
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Alright, I don't know how high to go, but I put it up some. I don't think you're planning on getting your workout in like this.
Probably from the heat and everything.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus.
So this is the belt I was telling you about. And sometimes they go bad.
Look at my husband planning ahead.
Look at my wife.
An hour later, we're back on the road.
So sometimes that belt, that metal belt that goes on, like gets loose, like it's supposed to be like this, it sort of like shifts or like lets loose. And unless you see like a defined bubble, you can't tell. There's 55. That was all good. There's 60. There's 65. I think we fixed the problem there, right?
Thank you, Lord. We made it to Georgia and we made it to Sarah and Joel's house, and they're so sweet and are bringing our van in tomorrow morning to look about getting some new tires for it. And they did so many sweet things to the house here and have little chocolates for us and a really soft king size bed.
And she got us mints.
So now it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We are so thankful for God's protection on us today and his provision through everything we've been through. And we are just so thankful and feel so blessed.
What? Over.
I love you, over.
I love you. Over.
What's your name, over?
Munchkin. Over.
Is that your real name, over?
Yes. Yes. Over.